Good morning, this is Chris from You're like a certified technician, and I'll be performing the service and inspection on your vehicle today. So to begin with, the exterior of your vehicle is looking good so far. Of course, your rear lights here, brake lights, flashers, and reverse lights are all operating properly. Front headlights, high beams, flashers, and fog lights are operating properly. Additionally, your wiper blades in the front and rear are operating properly and passing inspection as well. I'm also resetting your maintenance light right here. Additionally, your driver's side floor mat here is installed properly. However, start your full multi-point inspection here in the engine bay. To begin with, your battery did test good, so that'll be passing inspection for today. Brake fluid here is at a good level. However, it's getting a little bit dark in color. Now, I checked your service history, and I did see that it has not been performed. Brake fluid exchange has not been performed on this vehicle at the last service interval, which is every 30,000 miles. So I am going to recommend that we flush that out, as it has become diluted with dust, debris, and or moisture, which can lead to a soft brake feel and eventually impact your stopping power. However, moving along, engine oil here was at a good level beforehand. As you see, this is within spec in passing for today. Top you off on washer fluid here, so top you off a tad bit more. Engine air filter here is getting a tad bit dirty, so I'm going to recommend this for replacement. Same thing with the AC filter here. It's getting filled with lots of dust and debris. However, again, based on the AC cabin filter condition and your service history, I'm also recommend an HVAC system service to flush out any and all contaminants such as moisture, mold buildup, dust and debris out of the evaporator core. So that way you're breathing fresh, clean air in the cabin at all times. Now, lastly, coolant reservoir here is within spec and passing, and same thing with your power steering reservoir there. So, with that being said, that's actually going to cover everything in the engine base. I'm going to go ahead and get you in the air, and up next will be your tires. Up next, your passenger front tire here is measured right at about 630 seconds, so top end of in the yellow. Still passing inspection overall, but just something to keep in mind for the near future, that these will need to be replaced soon. Next here, I did adjust your PSI to 36, and in your passenger rear here, you're running again at that same 6/32 measurement. Again, I adjusted this one to the manufacturer's specified 36 PSI as well. Driver rear here is also measuring right at about 6/32 at its lowest, so also in the yellow. Driver rear here is also adjusted to 36 PSI. And lastly, driver front here is moving right at about 9/32, so well in the green with plenty of depth on this tire. Finally, driver front here is also at 36 PSI. Finish with your oil draining here, and your tire is already rotated. Here in the front, your pads on the outside are measured right at about 3 millimeters. So not passing inspection for today, as these are well in the red and definitely need to be replaced as soon as possible. In the rear here, these pads are measuring a little bit lower at 2 millimeters. So again, definitely need to be replaced as soon as possible, as these are not passing inspection. The driver's side here, measuring at that same 2 millimeter measurement in the rear, and driver's side front here is also measuring at that same 3 millimeter measurement. So, however, to wrap things up though, everything else underneath the vehicle is going to be passing inspection for right now. Not seeing any major leaks, massive rust, or broken parts. So to conclude today's inspection, I want to wrap up by saying thank you for being a loyal customer of those. Give a heads up that once the vehicle's finished, not only in service, but also its courtesy wash, your advisor will contact you to let you know. Aside from that, it'll be a wonderful rest of your week. We'll see you next time. Bye.